This is Raiden. Do you read me?
Yeah, what's up?
We've made it to the lower part of Strut L. We'll have to cross the water from here.
Can Emma walk?
Yeah, she's okay. The pontoon bridge doesn't look too sturdy. Emma's gonna have to cross it alone.
Right. The oil fence.
There are ciphers and several guards.
Raiden, you're carrying a PSG-1, aren't you?
Yeah?
It's time to play sniper.
Not bad. This spot gives me a good view of the targets.
You're going to have to cover Emma until she crosses to Strut E. I'll get there and provide some support of my own.
Thanks.
Think you can handle it?
Yeah, I know the drill. I faced a similar situation in Advanced Mode Level 4 VR training with the PSG-1.
VR.
Those VR missions they're talking about are actually really hard.
Make sure you don't hit
The
Emma.
first few hundred are fine, but
With Arsenal's boarding
the last like 50 or last
security
100 of them are just,
That doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
well,
Given
pretty
the
frustrating.
situation, they probably got claymores in place to make up for the security shortage. Make sure you use your thermal goggles.
Right.
Okay, I'm heading for Strut E.
Emma, are you reading me?
Loud and clear.
I'm gonna clear a path for you from here.
How?
Sniper fire.
You're kidding.
Trust me.
What if I fall into the sea? I can't swim.
You were doing pretty good a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Think you can do it?
Would you take no for an answer?
No. All right, get going. You'll be fine.
alright. This is one of those parts you just wish you could speed up. It's fine when you're shooting things, but not so fine when you're waiting for her to just move. So across this bridge they've placed a bunch of claymores. You need the thermal goggles to be able to see them, which you can get earlier on in the game. If you didn't pick up the thermal goggles earlier on in the game, then this bit would be unbeatable, but they do just spawn the thermal goggles here anyway. So, you know, they did think about that. Okay, so there's the first few thermal goggles. Infinitely respawning sniper rifle ammo, in case you run out. Those claymores by here, sometimes I forget to take them out. I did that on extreme mode a few times. They place a few claymores further on in the distance. And for some of them you have to stand in the perfect spot to be able to see them because the supports of this pipe block them. So I thought I had taken out all of the claymores. And I was pretty pissed off when Emma walked into one and blew up. And I got the game over. And if she does die, you have to start all over again from here. Which isn't very fun. That pissed me off a lot when I was trying to do this on extreme mode. Okay, let's take these guys out. Maybe I should have just started shooting them immediately instead of going for the claymores. Okay. We're doing fine. The thing is with those cypher cameras as well, if you take them out, another one immediately respawns as well. And when I say immediately, they respawn in the distance, so they take a while to get back there. But that's why I'm not going to bother taking them out immediately. Might as well take these guys out before she gets there. I'm sure that landed on him. See, like right now, I'm just waiting. There's nothing to do, you just gotta wait. I mean, you can start working on the guards on the next strut, but that's really it. This guy's taking a while to go down. Little Easter egg here, if you take out the microphone when she goes behind. I think she runs into Johnny. Or that might be on the next one.
Phew. Safe, I guess. If I've managed to get this far, it must be thanks to that Raiden guy. What is the deal with him? He's got a weird name, dress is pretty weird too. And I'm not really sure about the way he holds my hand and things. He's easy on the eyes though, so I guess I can let that slide. But I got my own ideas about that hair. I wonder if it's... well, it must be. I could ask him later, but he'd probably get ticked off. I'll leave him alone.
You can do that for the next strut as well. She has another little conversation, except with someone else. Good old Johnny. Where's the diazepam? I guess they changed it to pentazamin. I don't know how to pronounce that. Of course, in the first game it was called diazepam. Got him.
This is Snake. Can you hear me?
Yeah, nice and clear.
I've reached my sniping position on strut E. I'll provide support fire from here.
Right. Do me a favor and take out whatever I miss.
Just call me when you want me to shoot.
Okay, so continuing on. So like the codec conversation implied, if you do call Snake, he does actually take out some of the surrounding enemies. But I've used him once or twice, but I never like need to. I only use him if I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to take out the guards. Take out those thermal goggles to kind of blend in. Okay, I think that's pretty much all of the enemies. Well, I mean, we got the cameras, but aside from them, I think she's all good. Just double checking for any more claymores. I don't want to miss some. Snake is over there. I think if you shoot him, then he shoots back or something like that. I would expect. Come on, Em. Just go. Almost forgot. Oh, really? Who spotted it? Him? Oh, is it the camera? Ah. Okay, you're all in the... Oh, my God. This is Johnny's second and final cameo in this game.
Freeze!
Ah!
A girl? What are you doing here?
It's not by choice, thank you very much.
Oh,
You're not gonna shoot me.
no.
Why not?
Stay away from good-looking women when you're fighting. Otherwise you'll get hit with diarrhea.
Huh?
One of the few things I learned from Shadow Moses.
What are you talking about?
Ancient history. Don't worry about it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but does this mean you're letting me go?
Well, you could have found a nicer way to say that, but sure. Better hurry.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Just run like hell. Oh no, my stomach! Not again! Oh. This place is about to sink! Just get out fast, okay? Oh.
Wait!
What?
What's your name?
Don't have one!
Huh?
Okay, fine. It's Johnny! Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
Hey, if we run into each other again...
Oh.
Huh. What a weird guy.
And now I've got nothing to do but just wait, really. I mean, I can take out these cameras every now and again, but it's not very fun. It's just kind of tedious. Has she even gone on the bridge yet? Oh. After that cutscene, you always think, oh shit, when you first play the game. You're like, oh no, this is going to be tough. And then you just shoot him like 5 times in the head and that's it. Well, it's a bit more than 5 times if you're tranquilizing him. I think if you use a lethal weapon, it takes him like 3 shots to the head. And then he's dead. That's it. Ooh. Apparently tranquilizer ammo harms ammo. Sure. Unless that was Van Parminer, I don't know.
Raiden, Emma's been stabbed.
That bastard! How bad is it?
She's conscious, but the bleeding's bad. I'm bringing her over there right now. Raiden, get that disc over here as soon as possible. I'm afraid her time's running out.
I'll be there.
You know, a lot of time in these games when a character dies or is dying, I don't really feel sorry for the character who is dying. It's often not the characters who care about that character. Like, for example, if you get the bad ending in MGS1 and Meryl dies, I don't really care for Meryl, but I do feel bad for Campbell because he was close to her. And in this, I feel bad for Otacon. I don't really care about Emma, but I feel bad for Otacon.
Snake, what's your situation over there?
Emma seems to be, doing something to GW's defensive capabilities.
Doing something.
All we need now is your disc. You'd better hurry. I don't think she's gonna make it.
How's the bleeding?
Just get over here. You'll find the coast is clear with everybody aboard Arsenal right now.
Understood.
Okay. Per usual, they give you way more time than you need. I mean, you could get there in 60 seconds if you wanted to. I'll grab it for the sake of it. Digital camera, not really used for anything. Probably for like 1 or 2 Easter eggs. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like ghosts you can take pictures of, like in the first game. I know they do that again in MGS4. I'm not sure about the third game though. I don't think there even is a camera in the third game, is there? I can't remember off the top of my head. I could use a chaff grenade, but I'm just going to shoot them all down. Missed. No. I think that's all done.
How's Emma?
I think he got some internal organs. We can't stop the bleeding.
I'm here.
Got the disc. Emma set everything up. Apparently all you have to do is pop in the disc. That should insert the virus into the AI.
Is it working?
Just leave it to Emma. What the?
An antibody agent?
Damn! The connection's been cut.
Is the virus upload complete?
I don't think so. The count stopped at 90%. Otacon.
I don't think Emma's made any mistakes.
But
A portion of the worm cluster might have been altered after the disc left Emma's hands.
by the Patriots?
Will the virus still work?
I have no idea.
Hal, is everything all right?
It's all right. Everything's all right.
Good. At least I won't be adding another page to our family's dark history.
Yeah, that's right.
What if the virus doesn't work?
Either destroy that thing, or take out Solidus and his men.
How do we get on board?
I don't think we can. Unless somebody inside gives us a hand.
Hal, I always...
What is it?
wanted to see you again.
You don't hate me?
Never. I never wanted to get in your way. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought that with Arsenal, if I followed in your footsteps, I could be closer. I just wanted you to look at me. Look at me as a woman.
I could never do that.
Don't be so honest. It hurts.
Sorry.
Can I ask you one last favor?
Sure.
Call me Emma.
What?
Please call me Emma.
What's wrong with EE? Emma? 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 Answer me! I didn't leave you. Because of the accident, I had a relationship with your mother. She seduced me. And it went on. My father's death was no accident. He took his own life. It was my fault, all my fault. Forgive me, Emma.
Attention! Arsenal gear is ready for launch. Evacuate the upper levels immediately.
Sounds like they're cutting this area loose.
What do you mean?
It means we're gonna sink.
We have to get the hostages out.
What about the camo repairs?
Done.
We won't be able to get everybody aboard.
We'll just have to take as many as we can.
My sister won't be able to come with us.
We will be commencing the countdown shortly. Personnel in the upper levels, head for the evacuation area immediately.
I'm always the survivor. Why, Wolf?
Otacon, take care of the hostages.
What about you guys?
We got other arrangements. There's our ride out of here. Anyway, we're gonna have to sink that thing if the virus doesn't work.
I should be going with you.
You've got your job, we've got ours.
You mean I'd only get in your way?
Wrong. Only you can save those hostages. Got it?
Right. Listen, the two of you won't be able to destroy that thing. Eliminate the enemy. That's your only option.
That shot. I think the whole saddest part about Emma's death is like the scene coming up in a minute.
E.E.? Damn!
Otacon, try to get as many hostages out as you can. It's a short flight to the shore, so don't worry about overloading the Kamov.
Leave it to me.
I repeat, personnel in the upper levels, head for the evacuation area immediately.
I'm counting on you, Otacon.
This part coming up is easily the most depressing part of all of it. Like many manly tears were shed during this bit.
Hal, I miss you. Hal, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you.
we're the same. Both you and I, we were always alone. Always. We only wanted to be loved. We were always waiting. Waiting for somebody. Somebody who would love us, but we were wrong. You can't wait to be loved. You have to go out and find it. 4 years ago, I realized that you can't just wish for a happy family. You have to make it happen. I only wish I knew that sooner. I learned that I could love, as you probably did, Emma.
You think he's gonna be okay?
He's tougher than he looks. Consider it done.
I think I might rate that like the saddest moment in the whole
Now, how do
entire
we open
MGS
this
series. Although 4 and 3 both
can come
have
out now.
their moments, of course.
A ninja? What the?
Arsenal's going to take off. We still need you to take care of a few things. This time, don't fail us.
Snake, what's this all about?
Bedtime, Raiden. I wouldn't do that.
You're changing sides now?
Change sides? I don't recall saying I was on yours.
Damn it.
The big reveal.
You!
Ready for some shut-eye?
That's such a great moment. When I played this as a kid for the first time, I was just like, what the hell is going on? Little did I know what awaited me after that. It only gets more and more weird from here.
Jack, are you reading me? Do you want to save your mission data up to this point?
Why not?
Your mission data's been saved.
Is he still alive? He was when Olga brought him in. I've checked everything, including the...
Can you look around here?
But there's nothing on this guy. NSA, CIA, FBI. He doesn't exist in any database. He's a non-existent operative from a non-existent organization.
I suspected as much. However, I know this man.
Huh?
Wake him up.
They did actually use the model for Liquid as well, standing in front of him there. I like that. Nice little touch. I hear this torture sequence is way harder on the PS2 version, but they made it a lot easier for this HD re-release of the game.
You know this fellow?
You remember me, don't you? You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory, too?
From what I remember, this was way harder on the PS2 version. Like, you barely have to tap the triangle button to stay alive there. On the higher difficulties, it is actually pretty tricky, though. Why didn't Solidus have the Dr. Octopus tentacles early on in the game?
This
No
is
idea.
my son. I taught him everything. Jack, I never thought I'd see you again.
You know me?
You don't remember. Your name, your skills. Everything you know, you learned from me. The 80s. A civil war. You were one of the best among the child soldiers that fought in that conflict. When you were barely 10 years old, you became the platoon leader of the small boy unit. At the time, your outstanding kill record earned you several nicknames, including White Devil and Jack the Ripper. Jack, I was your godfather. I named you. When the war ended, you disappeared from the relief center. I wondered what happened to you. I should have known they would recruit you.
It's an interesting coincidence.
If he's a lackey for the Patriots, I doubt he knows anything of interest.
What should we do with him?
We'll use him like you suggested.
What about Dead Cell?
Ignore them. Happening again?
Could it be that he's here too?
In another hour, we demonstrate the power of Arsenal gear.
Attack with...
Of course, a lot of people think that the whole liquid possessing Ocelot because he has his arm is really ridiculous. And, you know, I understand that it is ridiculous, but it's funny because in MGS3 there's a piece of information revealed which it makes a little bit of sense after you played MGS3. Because they reveal a little bit of information about Ocelot.
The spitting image of Big Boss.
Is that so? Perhaps I should be grateful to this kid for that.
In case you're wondering what they mean, is because earlier on in the game Raiden took his eye. So, you know, Big Boss only had one eye, that's why. It took me a while for me to figure that out myself. I was always confused by that line at first. It took me a while to figure it.
Why, inside Arsenal gear, of course. Actually, we're also inside the memory of Shadow Moses. I'll take this back. You don't need this anymore, do you?
Just like he took the Metal Gear Rex test data when, you know, Solid Snake was on the table. I never noticed that before.
The wind is blowing. We shall speak again.
Don't move. Stay as you are. We're being monitored by a camera.
What are you up to?
I'm switching over to nanocommunication.
Mr. X? Ninja?
Correct. It's me.
I thought you were the leader of the Russian troops.
No, that was just a smokescreen.
A smokescreen?
I was sent to provide you support.
Support? Who sent you? The Colonel?
No, the Patriots.
What?
I deceived my troops, betrayed them.
But why?
My child is being held hostage by the Patriots. It all started 2 years ago when I lost my father during the tanker incident. My men and I had nowhere to go, so we joined forces with an illegal Russian organization.
The Russian Mafia?
Something like that, actually. I learned much later that it was a subordinate organization of the Patriots. I was expecting at the time. When I gave birth to my child, it turned out I was in a hospital run by the Patriots. In the morning, my child was gone. My baby is being kept somewhere in this country.
Have you ever met your child?
No. Once a month, they send me a photo of my child via network. I've never even held the child in my own arms.
I see. Given your situation, nobody can blame you for what you did.
That's your opinion.
What about Snake? I thought you were enemies.
He wasn't responsible for my father's death. Actually, we owe him our lives. 2 years ago, they were responsible for getting us out of the sinking tanker alive.
So you were partners since the incident?
No, I only found out the truth shortly before this.
Huh?
When I confronted him here.
You fought with Snake? When?
Well, it was around the time you were holding hands with that girl.
Snake. So you joined hands with him to pay back a debt?
No, mutual gain.
Mutual gain?
My job was to assist you. If Solidus gets away with Arsenal, your mission is a failure. The Patriots would judge that as failure on my part, and terminate my child. Putting it simply, my child's life depends on your success.
So you did it all for your child. But why would the Patriots want to help me? Are they hoping I'll take Solidus out?
No, you're just like me. We're just pawns.
Pawns for what purpose?
The S3 plan.
Huh?
You'll figure it out sooner or later.
Selection
but I
for
wonder if you'll handle
societal
the
sanity.
truth.
What do you mean?
Listen, we haven't got time for this. Solidus will commence his attack any minute. He's got to be stopped.
What about the virus?
No results so far. I think the Patriots have tampered with the program.
Will it work?
I don't know.
Get me out of this thing.
Not yet. I'll release your restraints after I leave this room.
Where's my gear?
Snake's got everything. I couldn't bring it here.
And where do I find Snake?
The passageway ahead leads to a hangar. He'll be waiting there. I gave him a card key for the hangar.
Does Snake plan to destroy Arsenal gear?
No. Even for Snake, it's impossible to completely destroy this thing. The only option is to stop Solidus and his men.
What are you going to do?
Stay concealed. That's my role. I still can't afford to be discovered.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
So earlier on in the game, there's an optional codec conversation I wanted to trigger with Rose, where she basically talks about Raiden and how he has his bedroom is just blank, it's empty, and how she's never slept next to him. He refuses to sleep next to her. Like most of the conversations between Roden and Rose and Raiden are just kind of unnecessary, but I do like that optional conversation because it gets a payoff here. It's actually a pretty good payoff, like right here.
Jack, are you
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to trigger that conversation, but
Jack,
this is where it gets paid off.
Solidus said?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Drafting small children, sending them to war? It's not allowed under international conventions.
ICC rules don't mean a lot in war. Someone told me that there are over 300,000 children in combat right now. I was just one of them.
So you remember? I thought your memory had been manipulated by them.
It was, but I have nightmares every day. Pieces of the past I can't put together.
Why didn't you tell me?
You couldn't begin to understand.
You wouldn't know that until you try me.
I didn't want you to get hurt. There was never a real reason for me to fight, except that someone put a gun in my hand. And that someone was him.
It wasn't your fault.
If I survived the day's fight, I was praised, fed, and had a bed to sleep in. I think I was only 6 when I held my first AK. But I'm not even sure of that.
Jack.
I'm not like Snake. I never questioned why we fought. There was no purpose, no way out. They give you a gun, you ask how many to kill. If you didn't, you were the one they shot instead.
It's okay. No one is blaming you.
We were shown Hollywood action films every day. The kind with macho guys and big guns. They call it image training.
Ugh.
They They built us from the ground up into killing machines. We were fed once a day. I can still taste the gunpowder they mixed into the food.
Gunpowder? In the food?
The gunpowder had toluene in it, giving it hallucinogenic properties. It kept us drugged, controllable.
Oh my God!
When the Civil War ended, those of us who survived were taken in by NGOs. They gave me a new life in the States. I can't complain. But nothing's changed. The only people who have no problem with my past have secrets and agendas of their own. Terrible nightmares. Every night. I can never forget.
Jack.
I'm afraid of the night. That's why I don't sleep next to you.
You should have told me.
Told you what? That I'm a killer? And always have been?
No, no.
What I hate more than anything else in the world is my own past. I didn't want you or anyone to know about it.
I think that music is a little bit,
chosen for
a
this
bit much.
mission.
It kind of ruins the mood for
Take
me.
him on. Take him down. Except me. I've been kept alive this long for this. I knew as soon as I saw Solidus.
Jack, I love you the way you are now. You have to believe me. I didn't know anything about you, I admit that. Where you were born, how you grew up. But I know that now. And I know that what I feel for you can only get better. And I'll share in your past if that's the price.
It doesn't work that way. No one can share the burden of what I've done. It's not one of those warm and fuzzy things couples share.
I accept the good and the bad, Jack. That's what you do for someone you love.
I don't want to share my past with anyone. I just want to forget about it.
Jack, I haven't told you, about what I've done.
The last 2 years with you, it's been more than I've ever hoped for.
Jack.
But I can't go any farther. I know you want to get married. But I can't. I can't risk starting a family. There's no way to erase my childhood.
It's all right, Jack. Please, don't say any more.
I know a lot of people don't really take Raiden seriously as a character, and most people aren't too fond of him, at least from what I've seen. But I do think that Kodak conversation is actually quite dramatic when he's talking about the nightmares that he has in his past and stuff. I think that's actually quite dramatic. But then when that music starts to play, it kind of ruins it. The music is a little bit too much in my opinion. And I'm not sure how many people know this, but if you lie against the bed... Yeah. Okay. So about the torture sequence as well, because when I played the MGS1, I talked about how I was confused because the torture sequence in Peace Walker I find very, very easy, and I consider the torture sequence in MGS1 way harder than Peace Walker's torture sequence. And I've seen a lot of people complain about how difficult Peace Walker's torture sequence was. So I was like, how can you find Peace Walker's torture sequence difficult if you got past the torture sequence in MGS1? Because the MGS1 torture sequence was way harder, in my opinion. But I guess that explains it. I never played Peace Walker on the portable console, on the PSP. I've only played the HD re-release. And the torture sequence in this game, MGS2, is way easier in this HD release than it was on the PS2. So I'm guessing they made the Peace Walker's torture sequence way easier in this HD re-release than it was on the PSP. So that might answer my question. Just to clear things up. Because that's what I think I've started to realise. You really don't want to miss that node there. If you miss that node, it makes this next section way harder than it needs to be. So this is where the game starts to get really, really crazy, and I just want to call Colonel before I move on, just to see how he reacts right now.